Today on the Man Hour, we're going to talk some Aaron Rodgers, top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, Trevor Bauer, and we got some more Olympic talks for you guys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, because Man Hour Nation, rise up.
I am going 6-0 in the division because the rest of the division sucks.
This is the best division in football, Tori. Take that step back. We are seeing the true quarterback that he really is, which he is not a very good quarterback.
Welcome to the Man Now, where we taking over. It's time to give you them facts. Won't miss a game or two, cause we here for you and we reporting all of them stats. We coming to you live to keep you updated. Broadcast across the country, we the fan favorites. Break the volume to the max and don't nobody touch it. We crossing topics off the list, addressing every subject. So if you ain't got a clue, then you can tune in and give it 24 hours and we back again. Breaking news, new scoops, we the top dogs. From the fields to the courts, we report it all. Buzzer beaters through your speakers, we the ones to call. Trust us for the news if it's got a ball. Giving you the top stories cause we love the turf. Tell a friend to tune in and where you heard it first. Yeah, you're listening to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them stats. Yeah, you listen to the Man Now. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them facts. Yeah, you listen to the Man Now. We taking over, it's time to give you them facts. Turn the speakers up a little loud. Miss a game or two cause we reporting all of them stats. Cause you listen to the Man Hour.
And welcome to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckkoster here with the Man Hour. Obviously, head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. And, of course, check out the blog section as well, as we do try to upload blogs as much as we can there. So sit back and enjoy tonight, guys, as I am flying solo dolo. Mr. Michael Buckkoster is flying solo tonight. So you guys never know what you're going to get because, quite frankly, kind of shooting from the hip, boys. Not going to lie. Yes, I do have my normal rundown. Don't get that twisted. I lost my mouse. There's my mouse. My mouse is back. My mouse is cooperating. But we are going to cover the top 10 NFL list. Sorry, no. The top 10 NFL quarterbacks, in my eyes, going into 2021. Spoiler alert, Lamar Jackson is not on there because he is a complete trash quarterback. But we'll be getting into that, obviously. We're going to talk a little bit about Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady golf tournament, or game should happen. I personally did not tune into it, but my brother-in-law he's a passive golf fan, but he was talking very high of it, and so I had to dive in and kind of watch it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Trevor Bauer has been suspended for 7 more days by the Major League Baseball, so we'll dive into that as well. But first, guys, let's get into some real-life saga talk here. So I am not going to be on camera here probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks because I have officially closed on my house and I am living out of a hotel, basically, what it comes down to. So I have a wife, 2 kids, a dog, and a cat. And we're living out of a single bedroom and a hotel room. So fun fact, so we will hopefully be in our house sooner than later because we're doing some flipping projects on it, like we're painting and doing some floors and that kind of thing. So we want to get the big stuff in before we move in to the house. So we got all that happening. But first thing I want to talk about is the U.S. Olympic basketball team. Man, why is my mouse, boys, not working tonight? That's crazy. So let me just go ahead and jump on the computer here. So if you guys have been living under a rock, the Olympics are just a few days away, right, guys? It is a few days away, or a few weeks away, I should say. And teams are getting made, and people are making the cuts, and some people are not making the cuts. So we are going to bring up the USA basketball team, and there were 3 players that have violated COVID protocols. I am pulling up their names for you, but from the top of my head, it was P.J. Washington, Emmanuel Quickly, both from Kentucky, and then there was one more, as the name is slipping out of my mind. Let me pull it up for you guys here real quick. I have it wrote down, and it is Miles Bridges from the New York Knicks. Those 3 players violated the USA Olympic training camp protocols, and they have basically been kicked off the team from my understanding. They were on the alternate kind of like the subs, kind of helping the people out, but they have officially been basically asked to leave, and they have been replaced. And then also the USA basketball team lost their wing, Anthony Edwards, for a sprained ankle. So the reason why we are bringing this up, because we just talked about the sprinter Richardson, right? She was left off the relay team because of a failed marijuana test. So The question that I'm going to propose here right off the bat. So bad. My life is this. My life. You guys, stop. Just do what people ask you to do. Don't smoke weed for a month. Stay in your hotel if you're practicing basketball. Is it really that freaking hard? Like, I'm asking for a friend like at this point. Because if I was in there, I would not be testing my limits. I would not be going out there partying, going out there smoking dope, going out there buying some hookers in Vegas or whatever Emmanuel Quickly and Miles Bridges and PJ Washington were doing out on the streets of Vegas. Yes, that is where the USA basketball team is practicing, is in Las Vegas at the UNLV college out there, which is University of Las Vegas. If you guys did not know that. But, guys, what is wrong with these people? Why are you guys in such of a... Is it a power struggle? Like, are you trying to flex your muscle on the world? You're like, oh, I can do whatever I want because I'm a professional athlete, or I'm the fastest woman in the world, or I'm the best basketball player in the world. Like, do you really want to test your limits on that just to see if you're actually going to get kicked off? I mean, what it comes down to me is this all starts in high school. Let's just be flat out honest. Like, I am a high school coach myself, and when the athletes are athletes, we let them get away with a little bit more, right? When you are the best of the best, you let them get away with a little bit more. You let them, get away with that vape. Oh, we didn't see you vape. Oh, we didn't see you out at that party, even though you got a DUI. We're just going to let this stuff slide under the rug, and that's how it was in high school. That's how it was through their 1 year of college, or 2 years. I believe Miles Bridges was in college for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. And when they get to this point, they're like, they're still, you are still the best of the best. You are on the Olympic basketball team. You are going to represent the United States of America in a basketball game or a basketball tournament. But you know what? There are plenty of other guys that are willing to take your spot. You are not the best of the best anymore. Yes, we saw LeBron James break COVID protocol during the NBA Finals. That kind of got swept under the rug, right? Let's just be honest, guys. That got swept under the rug. But PJ Washington, man, many people don't know that you are a Charlotte Hornet. Emmanuel Quigley, many people don't know you are a New York Knick. Miles Bridges, nobody knows that you are a Charlotte Hornet. Let's just be flat out honest, guys. Let's just be honest. You guys need to follow the rules to the T 100%. Stop with this crap like I'm better than everybody else. I can do what I want. You can go out and not party for a weekend. You can go out and not smoke dope for a weekend. I don't care if your mom has died. I don't care if you're having anxiety issues or this or this or this. Have somebody go get you a drink of alcohol, which is legal if you're over 21. Do whatever you got to do. But at the end of the day, stop breaking these damn rules. And I think it starts at the high school, guys. Me as a high school coach, I need to set higher standards for those players that are great players, that are standout players. I need to set them to a higher standard than the bench warmer, right? Because I don't want players that I have been associated with to end up like these guys, to end up like Richardson, the sprinter that smoked dope and got kicked off the relay team. I don't want people that are associated with Michael Buckheister, Coach Buck. I don't want them associated with me if they're going to do stuff like this. It honestly, it is quite, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? It's aggravating, it's upsetting, it's disrespectful. I mean, you are blatantly disrespecting the rules. When you come out and you say that I know it was against the rules and you do it anyway, what kind of hero are you being? What kind of role model are you being to people that are looking up to you? PJ Washington, you're a 3 or a 4, right? On the court. what is a player like Colby Barnes looking up to you? There's like, oh, PJ Washington can do whatever he wants. He's on the USA Olympic team and he can go do this, this, and this, but yet I can't. Like, what kind of standard are you setting for these young kids that are looking up to you, that want to be you someday? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely, this is unacceptable. I am glad that Richardson got kicked off the team for smoking dope. I'm glad that PJ Washington, Emmanuel Quickly, and Miles Bridges got kicked off as well for breaking COVID protocols. Guys, it is not that freaking hard. Stop it. Absolutely stop it. Come on, man. PJ and Emmanuel, you guys did great things for Kentucky. So let me go ahead and jump to the comments here. Facebook user says, so you are saying it is okay for a man who claims to be a woman to be able to compete? Okay, so like, first of all, I did not say it is okay for a man to compete as a woman or for a woman to compete as a man. I did not say that one bit whatsoever. So but let me address the second part of your comment here first. You said because someone smoked weed, which doesn't enhance your performance, alcohol is way worse than marijuana. Okay, that is your opinion. I see marijuana as a performance enhancing drug. Why? What are the effects of marijuana? Why do people smoke marijuana? Anxiety, pain, they have a burden of somebody to do this, and this. So if that particular person can smoke weed and get away from their problems, but the other person can't, how is that not performance enhancing? Answer me that, Facebook user. How can Richardson smoke weed, handle her troubles, get away from the anxiety, get away from her depression, but then the other person can't, they have all the same issues. Their mother just died. Let's just say their father died, but yet they're following the rules. So they have that depression and the anxiety and all the other, depression adding up and then having to perform on the Olympic stage all by themselves because they're following the rules. It is exactly a performance enhancing drug because of everything that I just listed. You also said it slows down your reflexes. I don't know. I have never done drugs. I've never done weed. I've never done cocaine or meth or heroin or any of that stuff. I've never done that. But for you to say it slows down your reflexes, I don't know. You could be 100% right, but I actually have a uncle that basically he cannot function without smoking dope. Like, if he were to go to work and not smoke dope, he would be the biggest POS ever. But the fact that he is smoking dope before he goes into work and he has all of his anxiety and his demons and everything else kind of put on hold till he gets home, he is the best worker you have ever seen. So Drew here, Drew is a member here over on youtube.com/man-hour. He said each person is affected differently. And yeah, like Drew, like I said, like you could be exactly right. Or like, I don't know, like I have never done drugs. I've been around people that have done drugs and you are absolutely right. It does affect everybody in a different way. So with that, with that being said, Facebook user, let me go ahead and bring your comment back up here. The second part of your comment, I do not agree that it is not performance enhancing. It is performance enhancing. So is alcohol. So alcohol is performance enhancing too. Take this for example. When I go play slow pitch softball, usually my first game at 6 o'clock right after work is not very good. Why? Because I haven't had a couple beers to relax on the night. I am stressed from the day still. Like, I'm trying to hit the crap out of the ball. I'm trying to do way too much. But when you get 3 or 4 beers in you and that 8 o'clock game rolls around, life is good. You are chilled back, like you aren't trying to overdo everything. You aren't trying to do this. You aren't trying to do that. You're like, yeah, whatever happens. And I'm the best softball player you have ever seen. But I need 3 or 4 beers in me. So that technically that is performance enhancing too. Let's just be flat out honest. So, and then Facebook user, if you would just go ahead and go to that link and click on the Streamlabs link there and let me know, just approve them to use your name so I know who you're talking to, just because like I kind of feel like a dick saying Facebook user, but that's how I see it on my screen. The first part of your statement here, you saying, so it is okay for a man who claims to be a woman to compete on the women's side of the Olympics. I do not agree with that. Yes, I know that people go through internal struggles. I am not trying to deny that whatsoever. I'm not saying that people, feel like a woman or feel like a man. Hell, there's songs on it. Do look like a lady, right? I mean, there are tons of songs out there about this stuff. But with that being said, to be considered like if a man is taking estrogen, supposedly, I'm hearing this like third or fourth hand, or actually his second hand from Tori Anderson himself. He has a few acquaintances or friends. I don't know how he refers to them, but they're going through the transition. And he said there's so much estrogen in the body that, when a man is transferring from a man to a girl, there is so much estrogen in those shots going through the body that like everything is literally shut down. So all that extra testosterone, like you are basically a biological woman, like at that point, because of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the extra substance going into the body, all the estrogen. And if you instantly stop, it is very harmful for the body, and your body could kill itself. And then you would die from, I don't know what you die from, but just, basically shutting the testosterone off, then boom, instantly shutting and then turning on the testosterone on again. I mean, it is very, very hard on the body. So I do not agree with I believe it's the person from New Zealand, right, guys? If you guys are in the chat, let me know if the woman that used to be a man is from New Zealand that is a powerlifter. I am pretty sure about that. But I do not agree that any man that was born a man, and I don't want to get into a political battle or anything to that effect, but if you are born with a penis, you are technically a man. If you are born with a vagina, you are technically a female. That's how I see it. But so technically, I think this person from New Zealand, I believe is from New Zealand. I don't know her name, but she should not be competing in the women's powerlifting because I believe she's 26 or 27 years old. So she spent probably 25 years as a man, got the additions of being a man, all that extra testosterone, all that, competing as a man, getting that talent, all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I definitely do not agree about any man competing at the female level. I don't care if it's high school. I don't care if it's college. I don't care if it's in a rec league. Like I do not agree with it. If you are born a man, you should compete as a man. That's just how I feel. I don't want to push my beliefs on anybody else because that's not the type of person that I am. I am open to conversation. So if you guys ever want to have a conversation about that on the after show, simply head over to youtube.com/man hour. And we do have an after show every Monday through Thursday. And I'll be glad to, talk to you guys about it. So let me continue to go through the comments here. So I don't want to miss anybody tonight because I am flying solo. So I want to make sure that everybody is engaged in the chat. So if you guys want to talk, let me know in the chat and I will open up the phone lines after the first break as well. And Drew comes in and says, oh, each person is different. I believe we've already addressed that. Drew also comes in and says, outside substance affect each person different as I like as well. I know people who smoke weed and you think they were on speed. Yeah. True. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't, isn't speed the drug that like keeps you up like all night for like, don't like truck drivers are like notorious for using speed for, for keeping up for long times just to drive. Facebook user comes in and says, my name is Tim and I apologize. I didn't mean you specifically, but if you weren't allowed to be a man compete in a woman's league, they should all allow someone who smoked weed. Yeah. So Tim, Facebook user is Tim. So Tim, thank you for your comment. And yeah, I mean, first things first, Tim, when you are here on the Man Hour, nothing that you say in the comments never comes at me personally or anybody that is on the Man Hour. Nothing ever comes to us personally. The only thing that we frown upon is like attacking like our wives or girlfriends or people in like individually in the chat. So this is a great conversation, Tim. I don't want to get that twisted whatsoever. But you are exactly right. Like I see the problem with that is like I don't know the Olympic rules well enough to like what do they consider a man? What do they consider a woman? Is there something in the rules saying that you have to be an XX to be a female and an XY to be a male? That is chromosome wise. Like, is there anything in the bylaws saying that, or do you just simply have to identify one way or the other? The problem with the weed thing, it is pretty cut and dry, saying don't do drugs, or like I believe it's THC. Like Drew was on here Tuesday. He knows the inside and side and out a lot of that. We got a lot of our information from Drew. Thank you for that, Drew. By the way, but I believe it is a TCH. Like it is not the actual smoking of the weed or whatever, but it's the THC in the weed that they test for, and that is illegal. So when it is cut and dry saying don't do this, and she openly did it and said she knew it was against the rules, that is where we have a problem. That is where the issue lies, right? Now, for the person that is a man that is competing at the woman's level, if you say you're a woman and you've been that way for, it's been a year or a year and a half for that particular person, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, and you're doing the estrogen and stuff like that, and you claim you're a woman and you're filing woman as taxes. I mean, I don't think there's any way you can stop that. The only way they can stop it is that they rewrite the rules for 2024, saying you have to be born a female or born a man. So, but guys, this is 2020 or 2021 now. I mean, who knows what is going to happen in 2024? I mean, come 2024, we could just have just the Olympics, no men's 100, no female 100, or they could even add a new category, the transgender 100, right? So who knows what's going to come out of all of this? We don't really know, guys. But Tim, I agree with you to the fact where the man shouldn't be competing as a woman in the power lifting, but I also disagree that what's her first name? I forget the girl's first name, but Richardson is her last name. She should not be competing either because she openly broke the rules and she openly amended it. That is where I think the issue lies. Is that she openly admitted she was wrong. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to head to the first break of the night. There is where I am way past the break time. I want to answer you guys all comments tonight, so I'm just kind of gonna do Buck Natty tonight. But we're going to get to the first break. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk some more controversy, and that is Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer suspension, or I should say, administrative leave, has been extended for 7 more days by Major League Baseball as they try to further investigate. So we'll talk more about that. We got Aaron Rodgers and his future coming up as well. And on hour number 2, NFL top 10 quarterbacks going into 2021. Spoiler alert, Lamar Jackson is not on there. He is not, guys. We'll be right back here on the Man Hour. Stay tuned. Sit back, relax, and join. manhourradio.com.
I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that then. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know, there ain't no more legit sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that. Go.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckeister here at manhour_Buck, flying solo dolo tonight. So feel free to join me in the chat line. And of course, you can also call the phone line tonight. The phone lines are open, 812-406-8384. All I ask is for you to have a question ready and kind of be relevant to what we are talking about, just so we don't get too off track and, kind of flip the brick. But if you guys want to call and talk about anything, let me know, 812-406-8384, or the phone lines. They are right here in front of my face. So as soon as I see it, I will try to answer it. And like I said, just have your questions ready. So we talked a lot about the Olympics and suspensions and people getting kicked off the teams and not being in relays and like all that stuff. But now it is time to get into some Major League Baseball and exactly what we just talked about, some more suspensions and some more people not being on teams. So Trevor Bauer has been placed on administrative leave, I believe it was about a week ago now, because of a sexual assault. Let me rephrase that. It was an alleged sexual assault. So today his suspension was set to end, but the Major League Baseball extended his administrative leave by 7 days so they can further investigate what is going on. So for those of you that do not know what has been going on with Trevor Bauer and the LA Dodgers, Trevor Bauer was obviously charged with sexual assault. He choked out a young lady during sex several times. Okay, so first red flag there is that it has happened several times. Okay, so if it was just to happen once and then she come out and said, "Oh, he sexually assaulted me," yada. Okay, I would buy into the claim 100%. When we did the segment last week, I believe it was a way or no way. I kind of made a joke about it, and like I got a lot of heat for it on the clips here over on youtube.com/manhour. We upload clips 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. every Sunday through Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday I added in the 8 p.m. hour as well. So 5 to 6 clips a day you are getting over there at youtube.com/manhour. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. But I made a joke about it saying, some girls are kind of into this freaky stuff. And, it sometimes it brings a level excitement to the sexual experience. Okay. So a time has gone by, a week has gone by or so. And I believe it was July 1st or July 2nd, the text messages between Trevor Bauer and this said young lady were released. Okay. They were released. So basically what the text messages are saying, and this is all consensual, she wanted to be choked out and she enjoyed it. She said right there in the text message that she enjoyed it. So I would love to be able to bring at those comments and kind of address them, but I don't want to call anybody out that is not on the Man Hour show in particular. But when you enjoy something and it happened multiple times and you call Trevor Bauer, "Daddy, choke me, Daddy, choke me till I'm all the way out, Daddy, leave a handprint on my butt, Daddy." I mean, how can you legitimately go to the police department in Pasadena, California, and say Trevor Bauer sexually assaulted me? It's right here in black and white. Actually, it's blue and green, or blue and white, because I believe they had iPhones. It says right here in the text messages, man, that you wanted to be choked out. You asked him to choke you out. You asked him to leave a handprint on your butt. You asked him to choke you out until you were knocked out, and then you come back to, like you said, that was the most sexiest part of the whole thing was going out. So when the Major League Baseball says that they are doing further investigation for 7 more days, what the hell is there left to investigate? It is right here in the text messages, screenshot, no Photoshop. Directly, it was because Trevor Bauer's phone was compensated, and I believe you know, the like obviously the Pasadena Police Department had all these, and these were leaked to some website. I'll have to credit the website here in the comments on the clip, whatever, as I break down the clip. But when you come out and say "spank me, daddy," and then you go to the police department and file for sexual assault, something is wrong with this girl's head. She's a little cuckoo, boys. I'm not going to lie. This is the type of girl that you don't want to be around at all. When she starts saying "get me pregnant," Trevor Bauer, you better be wrapping up 3 to 4 times, brother. Like, I'm not trying to make light of the situation. Yes, sexual assault happens every day. Like, let's just be honest. Sexual assault happens every day. That is just the way it is. That's the way it is. It is always going to be. And I don't know what to do about it, just because, you know, sometimes there are some weird freaking people out there, male and female. I've been assaulted by a female. I'm not going to lie about it. I've been sexually assaulted by a female. Very unwanted, but you know what? I didn't go to the police or like anything because, you know, I didn't think about that, right? But the text messages of this young lady clearly state that she wanted it. Clearly stated that basically, guys, this is jealousy. Like at the end of the day. This is pure jealousy at the end of the day. Trevor Bauer just wanted to hit it and quit it, which he did several times, apparently. And when he found out she was batshit crazy, she went to the police and said that he sexually assaulted her. This is what women do. I'm not trying to be derogatory, but they're not all women either. There are certain women that want to get XYZ out of their life. And when they can't get X, Y, and Z, they scream wolf. They scream wolf. He sexually assaulted me. This is a high-profile athlete making millions of dollars a year, and I want his money because he doesn't want to be with me. That is the way I am seeing this right now. Yes, I'm on the outside looking in. Yes, all I got is a text messages from the one side of the story. Yes, we have not heard her side of the story. Yes, it hasn't gone to court or been proven innocent. Yes, they're the administrative leave suspended for 7 more days. Yes, all that is very, very true. But what it comes down to is what we see in the text messages. What it comes down to is what we see in front of our eyes, that she's batshit crazy. She is batshit crazy. Let's just be honest. Yes, I'm going to get some flack for it. I get it. Do I deserve it? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But it is what it is at the end of the day. Trevor Bauer, I hope, just for the validity of the claim, just so women around the world, you know, every time something like this happens, a woman screams sexual assault, and it turns out to be true, just a money grab or this or this, it affects people that are legitimately, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Going through sexual assault, being assaulted. It makes their job that much harder. When a person is being truly sexually assaulted, I'm not saying it's not always from high profile athletes, but when it's through a normal Joe like myself, you know, living paycheck to paycheck or this or this, and they are legitimately getting sexually assaulted, it makes their claims that much harder because they don't have the money or the publicity or this to fight that for them. I bet you there are women activist groups right now jumping at the bits to defend this woman in court, and she doesn't need it because I don't think it's true. But if the same thing were to happen to Susie down the street, you know, with the gas station clerk, and she's getting sexually assaulted, we won't hear anything about it, and the sexual assault groups won't, like, who is she? they don't help our cause. Screw her. I mean, unfortunately, guys, that's the way the world works, I guess. I mean, it is always about how can you help me? How can you help me now? That is kind of the gist that I'm getting out of all of this. But let's move on to some other sporting news and news that doesn't involve controversial stuff, because I feel like that this is what has been all the show has been about, is about being suspended and sexual assault. And let's move past this. So breaking news for California people, a 5.9 earthquake has shaken a wide area of California. So hopefully Hoffy, like our baseball lackey himself, which is here on Sundays, usually give us his power rankings. So hopefully he is okay, because he is in, I believe he lives in LA or somewhere like right around there, Southern California. So hopefully Hoffy, you are okay, man. So it just happened on my phone. So what's that? That's like, what's that? 4:30 over there in California time. So people are heading home from work and stuff like that. Guys, hopefully be safe. So California folk, be safe over there. Hopefully, there's no widespread damage or anything like that. So, with all that being said, guys, it is time to get into the Aaron Rodgers saga that has plagued us all NFL offseason. Training camp is set to start in about 20 days for the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as they do play in the preseason Hall of Fame game this year. So they're the first two teams to report to camp. I believe they report the 27th of July. And then a few days after that, you have like the Bucks and the Chiefs and some other teams that are reporting. And then most people start August 1st. So, we have talked a lot of Aaron Rodgers almost ad nauseum to the point where I don't really care about Aaron Rodgers anymore. But Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady played in a golf game a couple days ago. It was broadcast by Charles Barkley over there on TNT, and Charles Barkley is really, really funny individual. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Aaron Rodgers and his wonderful haircut that he has. He has the hippie look going once again there for all you Packers fans and all you ladies that are, he has a nice, longest Lux hair and beautiful blue eyes. And if you get lost in those eyes, you better be careful, because you are going to leave your wife. But Aaron Rodgers was asked a question if he will be in New Orleans week 1 when the Packers face the Saints. So the Packers open up the season playing the New Orleans Saints, and Aaron Rodgers basically says, we will see. Give it a very open-ended answer, very open for interpretation one way or the other, simply said that we will see. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because he had the privilege to hang out with Tom Brady for the week. We heard what Tom Brady said on the HBO, on the channel HBO called The Show. He says that 90% of the time he will tell you opposite of what he is thinking, just to, be politically correct at the end of the day. That's basically what it comes down to. So I wonder how much Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady talked about, off the field football stuff, because Tom Brady went through, you can kind of say it's a similar issue, but he was basically wanting some money from the Patriots, and they basically said no. So he left and jumped ship and went to the Buccaneers. So I wonder how much Aaron Rodgers was picking Tom Brady's brain when they're playing golf, setting up for the golf and doing this and doing this and just hanging out and having a good time being boys. Because, when you are hanging out with your boys and some bourbon start flowing and like all this stuff, like, you always talk about work at the end of the day, because, work, let's be honest, guys, you were at work, 40% of your day, 30% you are sleeping. So the other, what's that add up to? And like another 30%, like you're actually like at home. So work runs your life. And quite frankly, football probably runs your life more than that. So, they were talking about football and off the field stuff and issues and yada, yada, yada. So, that Aaron Rodgers was probably picking Tom Brady's brain. What are you going to do there, Tom? Like, how do I handle this situation? And we watched HBO The Show. We saw what Tom Brady said. we saw what Tom Brady meant to say and is saying and reading between the lines and this and this and this. Now we question everything that we know about Tom Brady. Are we going to question everything that we know about Aaron Rodgers now? Are we going to question everything that he has been said? I mean, very open-ended answer. We will see. We will see if I decide to play at Green Bay. We will see if I decide to become a professional golfer. We will see if I decide to get a haircut. We will see. What does that mean for you Packers fans? When your franchise quarterback, your Super Bowl winning quarterback, league MVP, was asked a question, will we see you in New Orleans week 1? He answers, we will see. Training camp starts in 20 days. 20 days training camp starts, and you don't know if you have a franchise quarterback or not. 20 days. What in the world is the Green Bay Packers going to do if they do not have Aaron freaking Rodgers? Are you going to really rely on Jordan Love? Are you going to rely on, who is it? Who is their backup quarterback right now to Jordan Love? Blake somebody. Blake Bortles? No. Is it Blake Bortles? It's got to be Blake Bortles, isn't it? Whoever it is. Somebody that's not going to be on the roster. Let's just be flat out honest. What are you guys going to do? What? Tell me. Aaron Rodgers says we will see. We will see. What we're going to see is probably Aaron freaking Rodgers being a professional golfer. Did you guys see him on the course? I did not watch it live, but my brother-in-law talked me into it. He DVR'd it, and we watched it last night when we after I closed on my house. We watched it. I'm like, man, Aaron Rodgers is pretty damn good at golf. I'm sure if he put his mind to it, he could be in the PGA Tour next year. Practice all season. Move down to sunny California. Do it. Do it. Sorry about that. He says we will see. We will see what happens in 28 days. We will see if I decide to get a haircut. Come on, Rodgers. Give us something. Drew says he's got a mullet. Mullets are in now, man. I don't know about you guys, but the mullets scream like Joe Dirt. 1980s when he had that Firebird, you know. Check 1, 2, check. Talking to his hands. But for something, on my high school team, there's about 5 kids that have mullets right now. And these aren't little beginner mullets. They're full-grown, full Manchu Joe Dirt mullets, guys. What is up with the mullets right now, guys? Absolutely crazy that this has come back in style. Drew, I'm not trying to rag on your age by any means, but you are an older gentleman, much older than I am. Like I said, not trying to be derogatory or anything just like that. Was a mullet ever in style, Drew? When you saw somebody and say, man, that's a badass mullet. Like, do people ever say that? Like, man, look at that dude's mullet. I mean, like, I'm walking through downtown and I see somebody that has some like nice braids. I'm like, man, those are some good braids. I mean, I don't say it out loud like I think it. I'm like, man, those are some good braids. I wonder how much that costs, right? Never have I said that about a mullet. But man, that dude's got a great mullet. It's like, man, that dude has a great mullet. He's been working on that for years. Nobody has said that ever. Nobody's ever said that. Drew says, I thought Aaron Rodgers already lives in California. I don't know. I mean, so this is coming from Mr. Tori Anderson himself at manhour_Tori on the old Twitter machine. He says that Aaron Rodgers has a house up in Green Bay. He's very active in the Green Bay community, but like most athletes, you know, they have their work home and they have their play home, right? So, Drew, you could be 100% right. He could have a house in California. I mean, if I had the opportunity to have 2 houses, I mean, I'll definitely live in California during the summer months, right? Why not? I mean, you're in Green Bay, Wisconsin, for crying out loud, for 4 or 5 months of the year, and not during the summertime, during the dead of winter, negative 20 degrees. Come on. Drew says, yes, the mullets were in style. I had a mullet. Drew had a mullet. We need picture evidence, Drew. We don't believe you that you had a mullet. No, I'm totally kidding. But it is about that time, guys. It is time for break number 2 here on the Man Hour. 45 minutes past the hour. We got the NFL top 10 quarterbacks going into 2021 coming up. But first, coming up here after the break, we are going to break down the Kansas City Football Chiefs. We are going to give you a player to buy this season, a player to sell, and a sleeper player that is going to shock the world this season. So, Man Hour Nation, stay tuned as we give you the buy-sell sleeper for the Kansas City Chiefs going to 2021 NFL football season. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Mr. White T-shirt wearer dude.
Mr. White shirt wearer dude.
Do you wear the same shirt every day?
Same shirt every day.
Do you do the same thing every day?
The same thing every day.
Don't you worry, Mr. White shirt wearer dude. Now with Man Hour merch, you can spice up your style each and every day. From hats to beanies to shirts, we got you covered, Mr. White shirt wearer dude. Shop at manhourradio.com. T-shirts start at $15. Shop today.
Why, thank you, manhourradio.com, for this awesome merch. Hats, t-shirts, $15. You can't go wrong.
Pretty obvious in that one. Dak's coming back off. You got Tom Brady, and did I mention 22 starters coming back?
When I say Lamar Jackson is trash, I'm not saying he is the worst quarterback in the league, but he is definitely not the best quarterback in the league. When you say somebody is trash, it is based off the perception of the general public.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckasha here. Fine solo tonight. If you guys have missed any part of the show whatsoever, you can always find us on iTunes, Spotify, and of course, iHeartRadio. Also, we're on Big X Sports Radio every Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. East Coast time here in the Jeffersonville, Indiana area. You can also get us in Louisville, Kentucky as well, because we're right across the river. So every Monday through Friday over there, Big X Sports Radio, 96.1, 1450 on the AM side. You can also find us on 313 The Flash every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. East Coast time over there in Detroit, Michigan. That's 313 The Flash. And starting tomorrow, yes, Friday. I don't know why they're starting on Friday, but you know what? We're excited for it. We will be based on Mile High Radio, the longest running internet-based radio station, milehigh.com. That's mile, H-I, like high, like you're saying hi. .com is where you can find us. We'll be on there every Monday through Friday live from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. East Coast times at 6 to 8 Mountain Time. So the Man Hour brand is expanding each and every day, guys. And by August, we will be on more radio stations. So we are expanding. So join the ride, guys. Also become a member over here at youtube.com/Man Hour. As little as 99 cents a month, you guys can become the member. You get access to the after show. You get access to all the blogs. You get access to merchandise discounts. You get access to other things for 99 cents. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the $2.99 is where all the fun starts to happen. Tori Anderson, Mr. Wyatt Williams himself at manhour_TWW, and of course, manhour_Tori. They will give you fantasy football advice every Wednesday at 11 a.m. So you can tweet at them, get some fantasy football advice. You can, that they're doing all leagues. They're doing the PPR leagues. They're doing, I can't even think of the other leagues off the top of my head. But if you guys want to, you can simply head over to the clips section over here at youtube.com/manhour and get a little preview because they give you guys top 5 flex players to pick in this year's draft, in the fantasy draft. So starting next Wednesday, they will be giving to you guys that every Wednesday if you're a $2.99 member or higher over here at youtube.com/manhour. How do you become a member, you ask? You simply head to that website, youtube.com/manhour. I'm going to say it one more time, youtube.com/manhour. No, they say you got to hear it 3 times before you understand. YouTube.com/manhour. Hit the join button and type in some information. Bada bing, bada boom. Just like that. No waiting period. No confirming this, or this. But boom, $2.99. But then we also have a $5.99 deal, guys. The $5.99 deal, after 6 months of being a part of Man Hour Nation, you get a free t-shirt. And every year after that, you will get a free t-shirt as well. So $5.99, you get a Man Hour t-shirt, and you guys have seen some of the great stuff we're happening. The waffle merch is coming. It has been held up, but we will get it out as soon as we can. Unfortunately, I'm not a graphic designer. The guy we're working with, he got sick, so things happen. But then we also have our fourth deal, I should say, our 4th membership perk, $9.99 a month. You get everything that we just listed, plus you get a hoodie. A hoodie every year. You are part of Man Hour Nation. So any hoodie you want over there at the manhourradio.com website, you pick it out. You let me know which one you want. You let me know that you are a $9.99 member, and bada bing, bada boom, there it is. I also get a list of everybody that is a member, and we will talk about that. So speaking of talking about stuff, we've been talking a lot about sports, and I want to talk a little bit about my personal life here, guys. So obviously I bought a new house, and we're kind of flipping, like we're doing some changes that we want done before we move into it. So that's why I'm not on camera right now tonight, because I'm sitting in a hotel, and I would feel awkward, I guess. I don't know, but nonetheless, maybe starting next week or week after that, like I'll feel more comfortable in front of the camera in the hotel. But I digress from that. But Drew, you know about this. I believe we talked about this on the after show. I bought a washer and dryer. It was a Samsung washer and dryer, and I am a tech guy. I work IT field, and I have a great time doing IT. And this Samsung washer and dryer, I was sold on because you can start the laundry from your app on the phone. You download the Samsung app, and you say, "Wash my clothes," and it'll say, "Sir, yes, sir. How high do you want me to jump, sir?" But it just dawned on me, boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It just dawned on me. I can have all the fanciest crap in the world. I can have this app on my phone that says washer start, dryer start. It lets me know when the dryer is done so I can get up out of my chair and go change. I don't know. It just dawned on me. I can do all this stuff from my phone, but my phone cannot tell the laundry to go in the washer. The phone cannot switch the load of laundry around. The load cannot fold, or like my phone cannot fold the laundry out of the dryer. What the hell is the point of an app on the phone to start your washer and dryer if there's not clothes in it? Do people really just put clothes in the washer and don't start it right then and there? I mean, yeah. When I lived alone, I guess sometimes I just would use my washer as a hamper, but this is not like an apartment. This is a house washer and dryer. This washer is meant to do 4 or 5 loads of laundry in one. It is not built for two pair of jeans and 3 t-shirts or whatever. Right? It's industrial strength. So I'm sitting here thinking, contemplating thoughts, contemplating life. I'm like, man, do I train my dog to get my clothes and put it in the washer and close the door? No, you can't do that. Can you? Can you guys train a dog to put clothes in the washer? Aren't dogs colorblind? Let me know in the chat if dogs are colorblind. Like, how would they know how to separate the whites and the colors? Oh, this one looks white and this one looks like gray. Yeah, well, it's good. So, I had an epic fail in life. I bought a fancy washer and dryer because I had a stupid app that I could start from my phone and say wash. But I still got to put the damn clothes in there. I can start the washer all I want from my house, boys. I can do it. There's not going to be any freaking clothes in it. I can start the dryer and let the circulate the heat through all the dryer, but there's not going to be any clothes in it. This is I don't know. I'm going to have to teach my dog how to put the clothes in the washer, I guess. So I am here to bust the myth that you cannot teach old dog new tricks, as I got an 8-year-old lab here. He is my boy, and I'm gonna have to teach him new tricks how to put washer or put a clothes in the washer. So sorry to get a little sidetracked here, but it is time to talk some Kansas City Chiefs football. Every day, every Monday through Thursday, I should say that we are on air, that I'm on air. We do a segment called Buy, Sell, or Sleeper. That's exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to give you a player to buy. I'm going to give you a player to sell, and a sleeper player that is going to have a great season. Drew asked, is it a front or a top loader washer? It is. So, Drew, it is actually both. No, sorry. The dryer is both. Like, the dryer can be either or. The washer is simply just top. So he'd have to get up on a stool and open it and do it like that. So yeah, I definitely don't see it happening, but it's near or there. But let's get into some sports talk. Kansas City Chiefs, guys. I am going to give you a player that I am going to buy this season. This player is going to have a great season, I think, this year. He is going to come out of nowhere. Well, he's not going to really come out of nowhere. He's going to have a great season. Let's just say that. And you guys know who that player is? It's going to be Orlando Brown Jr. I am buying Orlando Brown Jr., offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs from Oklahoma, drafted in 2018 for a third-round pick for the Baltimore Ravens. We gave him some money, boys. We gave him some money to come over from the rival Raider, or not Raiders, but the Ravens, the rival Ravens, to basically come down and anchor our offensive line and be the man. Orlando Brown Jr. has to be the man this year. He has to make the Pro Bowl. He has to, lead in every stat category on the offensive line for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City offense to succeed the way that we are used to seeing them succeed. So Orlando Brown Jr., I am buying this guy. He is not going to get up any sacks this year. He is just going to be mowing people over. He's going to have probably 12 pancake blocks in the first 3 weeks. Man on a freaking mission. And he is going to anchor that offensive line. Orlando Brown Jr. is the player that I'm buying for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. Now, on every side of a buy, you have a sell. Of course you have a sell, right? Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry. Let me get a little aqua in my body. Nothing better than an ice cold drink of water through a straw out of a glass, like a true glass. We have mason jar glasses that we have, and I freaking love it. But like I said, on every side of the buy, there's a sell. And the player that I'm going to sell this year for the Kansas City Chiefs is not going to be Tyreek Hill. It's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. It's not going to be McCole Hardman or Travis Kelce or anybody on the offensive side. It's not going to be Tyrann Mathieu either. Hell, it's not even going to be Anthony Hitchens. Look no further than Chris Jones. Yes, Chris Jones left the defensive tackle in this 4-3 scheme for the Kansas City Chiefs. He got paid this year, guys. Chris Jones got paid this year. Yes, sir. But you know what? Chris Jones, I just don't see it. I don't see him stepping up when we needed him the most last year. Yes, he had 23 solo tackles. Yes, he had 7.5 sacks. Yes, he had 2 forced fumbles last year. Yes, I know all that. But where was he in the Super Bowl? Where was he at in, I don't know, the AFC Championship game? He had 9 total tackles all postseason last year. 9. That's it. The Kansas City Chiefs defense cannot succeed when we're paying a guy like this that much freaking money. And only getting 24 tackles. Sorry, that's 24 solo tackles. He had a total of 36 tackles last year. 23 solo, 13-6, and 7.5 sacks last year. Last regular season. Yes, I know. I'm hearing it now, boys. I'm hearing it. When you're on the defensive line, you can only do so much when they run at you. When you dominate the way you do, they're just going to run the other side. Okay. You can say that, but you are in the interior defensive line. I don't see Chris Jones being that. I am selling him this year because I don't think he is worth the money that we paid him. I don't think he is worth that. Was it $50 million or $60 million, whatever he is going to make? I don't think he is worth that. This is me coming from a Chiefs fan. I loved the signing of Frank Clark a couple years ago when not Frank Clark, but Chris Jones. I'm sorry. I loved it when we brought in some big name guys, right? Like, man, that is what we need. We need some big name guys. We need this. We need that. No, we don't. Taco Carlton is probably better than Chris Jones. Yes, I know we drafted Chris Jones. I know. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. But Chris Jones is going to be a player that I'm selling this year, 100%. I don't think he is the guy. I don't think so. Moving on. Moving on to our sleeper picks. Sleeper picks for the 2021 NFL season for the Kansas City Chiefs. The sleeper guy is a player that you don't think that you're not thinking much of. The player that you are kind of like, yeah, he is good, but what has he done for me lately, right? Most of your sleeper guys are not going to be Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Those are going to be players that you were going to buy. These players are expected to have big seasons. Now, a player that is not expected to have a big season, McCole Hardman for the Kansas City Chiefs. McCole Hardman will be my sleeper pick for the Kansas City Chiefs this season. I think he is going to thrive this year. He is going to thrive. He has had a full offseason. I believe that he's going into his third year with the Chiefs, right? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Third year? Yeah, so he was drafted in 2019, so he played 2019, 2020, and then this is the 20. So he's going into his third year. It is a make or break season for him, and he is going to come out and he is going to ball. You don't have any more of the Sammy Watkins stuff. You don't have whoever else that McCall Hardman's your number 2 guy. Hell, he might be your number 1. I'm not saying he's better than Tyreek Hill. Don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted. But he is the number 1 because he is, he's bigger. Not bigger. He's 5'10", but he is a better outside threat than Tyreek Hill. I want Tyreek Hill running over the middle if I'm a Kansas City Chiefs guy. Running some 15, 20-yard slants, getting him in and the open field, letting his feet work. Yes, McCole Hardman's just as fast. Yes, I know. But McCole Hardman's going to have a great year. He is my sleeper pick for the Kansas City Chiefs here moving into the 2021 season. Drew says, holy crap, paid that much and only had that many tackles? Yeah, Drew. He only had 36 tackles last year. Yes, I know as a defensive lineman, you don't get that many tackles and you can only do so much. I get it. We all get it. But these are stats that are not necessarily lying. Now, when you see, like Honey Badger, for example, like I think he only had like 28 tackles last year or something crazy. Here, let me pull up his stat. Tyrann Mathieu, let's see how many tackles he had last year. Tyrann Mathieu had 62 tackles last year, 48 solos. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, right? But Tyrann Mathieu plays in a position where you can literally just go the other side of the field. If you see Tyrann Mathieu on the left side of the field, hey guys, we're here, we're going right. See him on the right side of the field, hey guys, we're here going left. You can literally avoid him. The defensive tackle is a little bit different. Yes, you can still run to the left and run to the right? But you still disrupt stuff. He is just not that guy. Joey says the Buck is the only guy on today. Yeah. Flying solo there, Joey. Flying solo. That is the way that sometimes I like to do it. A solo show is hard, I'm not going to lie. So guys, definitely keep it up in the chat. Just talk to me, If you guys want to talk about anything, feel free to let me know in the chat. Drew comes out with a bold statement here. Let me go ahead. Drew says that Sammy Watkins was overrated. Dang, Drew, I didn't. Sammy Watkins, was he ever healthy? Like, I think that was his biggest thing. It's like he seemed like he was never healthy. He came from the Buffalo Bills injured, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he was just like, he was kind of just there, right? What team did Sammy Watkins go to? He went to the Ravens, right, guys? Let me pull that up. I believe Sammy Watkins went to the Ravens, if my computer will load it real quick. And sorry about that. Yeah, so Sammy Watkins did go to the Ravens this offseason. He was a free agent, so there's that. He's got that going for him. I guess. But let's look at his stats. Let's see how overrated that Sammy Watkins was coming from Drew's eyes here. So actually, Sammy Watkins came from the Rams. I didn't realize he even played for the Rams before he went to the Chiefs. So the first 3 seasons in Buffalo, he had 65 receptions, 60 receptions, and then 28. Yes, the 2016 season, he only played eight games, so only had 28 receptions. He had a 900-yard season, a 1,000-yard season, and a 400-yard season over there in Buffalo. For the Rams, 39 catches for 563 yards. Now, here's a real kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. He played 3 seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs, played 10 games his first year, 14 games, and then 10 games last season. 55 catches, those are targets, I'm sorry. 40 catches, 52 catches, and 37 catches. 500 yards, 600 yards, 400 yards. Wow. Not too great. But you know what the biggest thing is here? He was kind of the deep threat, though. I mean, he had a 50-yard touchdown catch, a 68-yard touchdown catch, an 84-yard touchdown catch. And then last year, obviously, it was 37. But yeah. So to say that Watkins was overrated, like I can't put any stock into that because he hasn't played a full season he's played 1 full season his whole NFL career. His first year as a rookie, he played all 16 games, had 65 catches for 982 yards, 6 touchdowns with the 84-yard longest catch there. Wow. I feel like Sammy Watkins is a kind of like the Derrick Rose thing. Like, what if? What if he didn't get hurt? What if he could play all 16 games? What if he wasn't such a cancer in the locker room maybe? What if, right? So I think Sammy Watkins isn't overrated. He's just the biggest what if. Now, for him going to the Ravens, you are going to see how much he really wants to play because Lamar Jackson is a trash quarterback. So Drew also says Hardman is more talented than Watkins. He just needs refining. Hardman is more talented than Watkins, just needs refining. Yeah, I mean, it takes time to learn how to run routes in the NFL. 100%. I mean, and he has some of the best talent around to learn how to run routes. How he has arguably the greatest quarterback in the NFL to teach how he wants his route ran. We see he's training with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill can run a 25 move route, and be open. McCole Hardman is just as fast. You also got Byron Pringle over there for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who else you got over there? Shoot, names are slipping my mind right now. But you have Byron Pringle, you have Tyreek Hill, you have DeMarcus Robinson. Let's not forget Cornell Powell. I mean, they're all very, very solid, and the competition in that wide receiver core is going to make everybody better. So Hardman will have a breakout year because, like I said, he is going to be my sleeper. And talented wise, I don't know yet. As far as the ceiling potential, I think Hardman has a higher potential than Sammy Watkins. We have never seen the true potential of Sammy Watkins because he's never played a full season. I think that's the biggest knock on Sammy, just he has not played a full season. McCole Hardman has played, 32 NFL games. So I think he will be better than Watkins in the end. So, Drew, I'm going to agree with you on that. Drew also says, now that Watkins is gone, I agree Hardman will ball big. Yeah, 100%. Ravens, yes, Sammy Watkins did go to the Ravens. I looked that up. And Watkins had a hard time keeping the ball from hitting his face mask. Was that because he was not used to Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball so hard and all those angles? People forget that, when Patrick Mahomes throws it off the dirt or, out of the grass, you aren't expecting that angle, and you aren't at practice because you're only playing 10 games a year. It's tough to catch something that you're not used to, right? So that's the only thing I can think of possibly of why he had a hard time catching the ball, was because of all the weird angles. But it is time to take my next break here, guys. I am up against the quarter hour here, so we are going to take a quick little break. On the other side of the break, I am going to give you guys my NFL top 10 quarterbacks going into the 2021 season. Just a side note here, I do not have any rookies on there because you cannot project what rookies are going to do simply by what they did in college. College and NFL is totally different. So anybody that has rookie quarterbacks in their top 10, don't trust them because they're wrong. Man Hour Nation will be right back. Buck Nasty taking a quick little break.
Man Hour Nation brought to you by Brooks Roofing and Siding. Contact them at 812-868-7663 or online at brooksroofingin.com. Brooks Roofing and Siding, protection you need when nature strikes.
And now, Mike's thoughts. And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckheister here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhourradio.com and check out the merchandise page. It'll be most awesome if you could pick up some new Man Hour merch. Waffle merch has been delayed, but it will be there momentarily. So my graphic designer has been sick, out on leave for about a week here. So hopefully he gets better and starts feeling himself. But it is better just to have something perfect and kind of just slap together here. I like a lot, I feel. But we do have several Man Hour merchandise over there. We have of course, the OG logo with the two microphones and the Man Hour name in it with the sports talk, like underneath, just like we see on the screen here if you're watching us on youtube.com/Man Hour. Then we got the alternate MH logo. You know, I actually love that. I'm actually wearing that shirt right now. I wear that shirt almost everywhere. And then of course we got hoodies, we got hats, we got beanies. I think we got some sweatpants in there as well. I say think because I added a bunch of stuff today. I kind of forgot what I added, but I will know for sure because I ordered everything that I added today. So we've had a great sports talk show, guys. We have talked some USA Olympics and how stupid the athletes are being. We've talked some Trevor Bauer and how his sexual assault is kind of BS at the end of the day. We talked a little bit of Aaron Rodgers, and of course we talked Kansas City Chiefs buy, sell, or sleeper. But now it is time to get into the meat and bones of this show. So as you guys see by the title of the show is Patrick Mahomes isn't a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. That's right. You guys heard that. Patrick Mahomes isn't a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So with that being said, I am going to give you guys my top 10 NFL quarterbacks going into the 2021 NFL season. So just as a disclaimer here, I do not have any rookie quarterbacks in my rankings whatsoever. If for receivers, quarterbacks, linemen, whatever, because rookie players cannot be put into a top 10, top 20, even top 30 list going into a season because they have never played an NFL season before. So anybody that ever has a rookie player in their rankings going into the season, don't buy into what they're selling to you whatsoever because it is absolutely false. How can you predict Trevor Lawrence is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL going into the 2021 season? You absolutely cannot. That is simply looking at what he did in college and trying to transfer it into the NFL. It doesn't work like that. You guys know that. I am a straight shooter. I tell you, this is live, raw, and uncut sports talk. And I tell you what it is. I tell you what it's like. So coming in at number 10 on my top 10 NFL quarterbacks going into the 2021 season is none other than the Carson Wentz. That's right. Carson Wentz, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles, now Indianapolis Colts, is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Yes, he only played 12 games last year. Yes, he only threw to 2,600 yards last year. Yes, he only had 16 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. I get all that. But he also played on the shit Philadelphia team. He had receivers that dropped balls in their chest time after time again. He had to consistently worry about how bad of a head coach he was with. He had to consistently worry about Jalen Hurts coming in and taking his starting job because the ownership wanted this, and this. Absolutely. Carson Wentz got the rawest end of the deal in Philly, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. He got the raw end of the deal from basically since Nick Foles won that Super Bowl for them. 2017 when they won the Super Bowl was, or 2018? I don't know. Whenever it was. I'm not an Eagles fan by any means. Ever since then, they've been looking how to get Carson Wentz out, and they finally get Carson Wentz out. He went to arguably a top team in the AFC, top team in the NFL. Hell, I even put that name by him. Top team in the NFL, and he is a top 10 quarterback going into the 2021 season. So coming in at number 10, I do have the Carson Wentz. Number 10. Coming in at number 9, we travel way out west. We travel way out west to the desert. It's hot. 120 degrees out there, but it's the dry heat. It's the dry heat. You don't have to worry about all that swamp ass. It's the dry heat. No. But I do have none other than Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray comes in at number 9 here on the Buck Nasty top 10 NFL quarterbacks of the 2021 season. Look what he did last year, boys. 375 completions, 558 attempts for 67% completion percentage, just under 4,000 yards, 397, 71, 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Yeah. You know why? You know why he is number 9? He actually could have even been higher, but I actually made this list before they got AJ Green. I think AJ Green is going to elevate Kyler Murray play even more. Look at that freaking receiver core that they have over there, guys. Look at that receiver core that the Arizona Cardinals have for my number 9 quarterback going into the 21 NFL season, Kyler Murray. You have DeAndre Hopkins. You have AJ Green. You have Kristen Kirk. They drafted Rondell Moore. I think he is going to be pretty good in the NFL. Obviously, he can't be in my rankings because, you know, what I just said. Keyshawn Johnson. Let's not forget they have Andy Isabella still. But, guys, this receiver core is loaded. And he has a backup quarterback in the name of Colt McCoy. I think if Colt McCoy would have landed on a team that wasn't horrible like the Cleveland Browns, he would have been a top 15, top 20 quarterback in the NFL. He has the football IQ 100%. Don't get me wrong on that at all. But coming in at number 9, I do have Kyler freaking Murray. So, just to recap so far, we have Carson Wentz at number 10. At number 9, we do have Kyler Murray. But coming in at number 8, guys, we have the rookie sensation from last year. The only reason why he got in was because of punctured lung. But hey, he did not let the limelight phase him. He did not let the hey, you're in there 10 minutes before the game phase him. Justin freaking Herbert. Coming into year number 2, Justin freaking Herbert's going to have a great year. He is going to shock a lot of people, I think. Last year, he threw for 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. I don't see any sophomore slump happening here. No sirree. No way, no how. Why? He has an offseason. He has the keys to the kingdom. Yes, he does have a new coach, which they got a short end of the deal of that, but we digress on that. But they also added some great receivers. Let's look at their receiver core. Keelan Allen, Mike Williams, Jalen Guyton, tight end Jared Cook. Plus, they have Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson in the running back cage, and Chase Daniel as a backup. Hello, guys. We are failing to understand how great backups are in the NFL. Backups are great in the NFL, but coming in at number 8, you do have Justin Herbert. Now, coming in at number 7. Number 7 on the Mr. Buck Nasty top 10 NFL quarterbacks going into the 2021 season. We have none other than Mr. Dak Prescott himself. That's right, I said it, Dak Prescott. Yes, Dak Prescott did not play all of last year when he got hurt week 5. Was it week 5 that he got hurt? Yeah, I believe it was week 5. But he still threw for 1,800 yards, 9 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. He's going to be good this year. He is going to have a pretty good year, ladies and gentlemen. So good that the Cowboys win the NFC. You heard it. It would not surprise me if Dak Prescott throws for 5,000 yards this season. I said it. 5,000 yards. You heard it here first. So, just to recap, we have Wentz at number 10. Number 9, we have Justin Herbert. Number 8, we have the Kyler Murray. Number 7, we have Dak. And coming in at number 6. Number 6. Drum roll, please. The GOAT himself. Mr. Tom Brady on the front of Madden. Yes, people are going to say Tom Brady's too low, yada, yada, yada. I get it. Yes, he has, 7 Super Bowl rings now. Yes, he led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl, but we are looking at the full season of work. Looking at the full season of work. Last year, yes, he threw for 4,600 yards, 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 66 completion percentage. You guys are all correct. You are correct. But this year, I think he is going. I mean, he'll still be right around the 4,000 yard mark. Probably 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So with that being said, like, I cannot put him in the top 5, but I do have him coming in at number 6. So let me catch my breath. Let me get a drink, and I'll give you guys the top 5 right after this quick little break. I mean, real quick. We'll be right back.
What is your name?
What?
What is your name?
Fuck!
Where did you get that shirt?
It's funny that you should ask that. Head over to manhourradio.com. You can pick up the shirt up. $15.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I had that nice little cough in my throat, so I had to get it out. I did not realize that talking for 2 hours straight was so sinuous on the voice. That's I'm missing. I'm missing Tori. I'm missing Combs. I'm missing White tonight. But just to recap, what we have, what we've done so far. Coming in at number 10, I have Carson Wentz. Number 9, I have Justin Herbert. Number 8, Kyler Murray. 7, Dak Prescott. And coming in at number 6, I do have Mr. Tom Brady as well. I saw a comment. Drew says, I think you have Herbert ranked too low. Drew, I might agree with you, but we have a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL right now. We have a lot. But I could easily see Herbert jumping into, maybe flip-flop Tom Brady and Herbert, maybe. I mean, because, this is not an overall ranking. This is how I think they're going to be in 2021. But either way, I mean, it is what it is. So let me go ahead and bring up the right jingle here, because this is my thoughts.
Mike's thoughts.
This is my thoughts. So coming in at number 5 here, guys, we're going to flip back over to the AFC, because the AFC has a lot of good quarterbacks in the AFC. And no, it is not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not sitting at number 5. Need to go further east. Think more cold. Any guesses of how cold we're thinking? Maybe Buffalo cold? That's right. Mr. Josh Allen comes in at number 5. I think Josh Allen is arguably the best quarterback in the AFC East. I mean, he is. Let's just be honest. He is the best quarterback in the AFC East. He threw for 4,500 yards last year, 37 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, led the Bills to the AFC Championship game. Obviously, they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs 38-24. But I don't see any digression in Josh Allen at all this year. Heck, I think we're even going to see a bigger improvement because of the backups that he has there. Combs can dog Mitchell Trubisky all he wants, because he was a Chicago guy and he didn't lead us to the Super Bowl. He led them to 2 freaking playoff games. 2 playoff years. So Mitchell Trubisky has that football IQ. He has, he's been there, done that type of thing, I guess. So I think him and Josh Allen are going to work great together, and that's going to elevate Josh Allen's game even more. So I do have Josh Allen coming in at number 5. Then we quickly move over to number 4. We're staying in the AFC. I feel like all the top 5 quarterbacks are from the AFC. So we travel south. We travel to Texas, Houston Texans, that is, and Mr. Deshaun Watson himself. So let me put a big asterisk by this one, if Deshaun Watson plays for the Houston Texans, just by him being on the field, he is almost guaranteeing them 6 or 7 wins all by himself. I mean, I can see Combs right now rolling his eyes, yada, yada, yada. Guys, he threw for 5,000 yards last year. 4,823 yards to be exact. Almost 5,000 yards. 33 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions. Who did he have last year to throw to? Yes, I know. He had Will Fuller. He had the other receiver. What's his name? Who does he have this year? Randall Cobb, and over the hill Randall Cobb. That is the only that's the only reason why I don't have Watson higher, is because he doesn't have any receiver help around him, and we don't know if he's actually if he's going to play or not. But I am predicting he is going to play this year for Houston Texans. I do have him coming in at number 4. So transitioning to number 3 here, we head back north. We're still heading north, and we're still heading north. We're flipping divisions too. We're finally in the NFC. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers, the reigning league MVP. Why is he not number 1? Because we don't know if freaking Aaron Rodgers is going to play. We don't know if Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers is going to play this season. So with that being said, I got to put Aaron Rodgers at number 3. He threw for 4,200 yards last year, 48 touchdowns just to 5 interceptions. Those are ridiculous stats. 48 touchdowns just to 5 interceptions. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Like, I get it. Those are number 1 quarterback stats, right? Those are number 1 quarterback stats. But I have him coming at number 3 because he can't win the big game. We don't know if he's going to have a mullet. We don't know if he's going to have a beard. We don't even know if he's going to show up to training camp. Yes, I know people say he doesn't normally go to training camp anyways. He throws a couple passes and calls it a day, yada, yada, yada. Guys, it's a little bit different when you're 36 years old, 37 years old. It's a little bit different getting your body into gear. So that's why I think Aaron Rodgers is actually going to start out slow this year if he does play for the Green Bay Packers, which my rankings are based on that he does play for the Green Bay Packers. I do have him coming at number 3. So just to recap here, starting from at number 10, we have Carson Wentz. Number 9, we have Justin Herbert. Number 8, Kyler Murray. Number 7, the Dak Prescott. Number 6, Tom Brady. Then breaking into number 5, we have Josh Allen. Then we have Deshaun Watson. At number 3, we have Aaron freaking Rodgers. And then coming in at number 2, we're going to stay on the NFC side of things. So can you guys guess of who it is? We have, I've given you 8 so far. We are in the NFC. Let's head west. Let's head out way west. The furthest West Coast team you could possibly get, right? Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is the second best quarterback going into the 2021 NFL season. Yes, I've heard everything that Combs and Wyatt and Torrey have said. I've heard what Stephen A. Smith says. I heard what people in the chat say, that Russell Wilson can only perform for 9 games a year, then he falls way downhill. True. But this year's different. This year's a little bit different. All those trade rumors in the offseason, hey, Russ, what do you want? Russ got what he wanted this offseason. Tyler Lockett was locked up. DK Metcalf is a man-child. Man, the boy is getting paid. He threw for 4,200 yards last year, 40 touchdowns, just 13 interceptions. I think Russell Wilson is a man on a mission this year. I think he is a number 2 quarterback going into the NFL 2021 season, and I think he is going to easily throw for 4,500 yards this season. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to open up this offensive playbook, let Tyler Lockett run wild in the field, much like they do much like what the Chiefs do with Tyreek Hill. Just get him in the open field, let him run. DK Metcalf's your deep threat. Plus, you have a running game. Guys, watch out. Russell Wilson's going to have a great year. And that leaves away with number 1. Yes, I know what the title of the show is. Patrick Mahomes isn't a top 5 quarterback. You're right. He is not a top 5 quarterback. He's not a top 4 quarterback. He's not a top 3 quarterback. He's not a top 2 quarterback. He is the best quarterback in the NFL. I said it. The best quarterback in the NFL. The only reason why he is not 3-time reigning MVP is because they felt like they needed a new face of the NFL after his first MVP. Yes, Lamar Jackson had a great season. Yes, he led them to the playoffs. Oh, he lost in January. That's right. Yes, Aaron Rodgers had a great season. Obviously, an MVP caliber season last year. But Patrick Mahomes threw for more yards. 4,700 yards. 4,740 to be exact. 38 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Yes, Aaron Rodgers had 2 more touchdowns and 1 less interception, but Patrick Mahomes had more yards. His team went to the Super Bowl. That's why Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback going into the 2021 NFL season. He will have a MVP caliber season. Well, guys, I am definitely sorry about that. My computer blue screened literally in the middle of the show, and I apologize about that 100%. So, as I was saying, Patrick Mahomes will be the best quarterback in the league, 100%. So, so let me jump over to the chat line here as I see some chats coming through to challenge and agree with some of my picks here. So starting from the top, Drew comes in and says, Kyler. Yes, I do have Kyler Murray coming in at number 8. Yeah, Drew, you are a Phoenix guy, so I believe you are a Cardinals fan. So hopefully your boy has a good season. Then he says, I think I have Herbert ranked too low. Only time I believe I've addressed that, haven't I? Sorry, my bad. And then Drew says, totally agree with Josh Allen. Yes, with the whole backup to Kyler Murray. There we go. Now we're to the comments that I have not talked about. I said you flip-flop Kyler Murray and Justin Herbert. You had Kyler at 9 and Justin at 8, but switched them in your review. Yes. So I'm sorry about that. So I actually do have Herbert at 9 and Murray at 8. So just to confirm that, I do have that. I actually had Justin Herbert outside of the top 10, and then I decided to sneak him in there and drop another player out there. I'm not going to mention him, Andy Dalton. But I'm totally kidding. So what's your ranking excluding Watson and Rodgers because they ain't going to play? Okay, well, if I do take Aaron Rodgers and Justin Herbert out of the conversation for 2021 NFL season, I think you have to put Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford in at number 9 and number 10 and just bump everybody else up. So if you are excluding Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers for this particular thing, coming in at number 10, I think you put Jared Goff. Number 9, you have Matthew Stafford, and then you have Wentz, Herbert, Murray, Dak, Brady, where am I at? Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, and then Mahomes. So I would slide in Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. Drew says, no way Wilson is number 2. I don't agree. Yes. What don't you agree with, Drew? Do you not agree that Russell Wilson has 2 big-time receiver threats on the outside? On the outside, do you not agree that a quarterback will play better when they're happy and they feel safer? They've added some depth to the line. Yes, I think they only had like 5 draft picks, but they did pretty well on the draft. Do you not agree that Russell Wilson has a lot more say in the team this year? Let's look at the receiving class. They have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Freddie Swan, Dwayne Eskridge, Chris Carson is back from injury. Of course, you have Geno Smith as your backup. So, I mean, they're almost yin and yang, almost. But Dwayne Brown for left tackle. Dwayne Brown, highly, highly underrated. He was a first-round pick for Houston back in 2008 or 2009. I can't remember for sure, but he is a really underrated left tackle. So, I think Russell Wilson will have a great year. He says, I also agree with Mahomes being number one. I mean, of course. Reach through the screen and slap you, putting Goff in the top 10. You're damn right Jared Goff is in the top 10 if Rodgers and Watson isn't in there. So, I mean, technically he would be like number 11. So, I mean, come on. When you are going to lead your team to a 10-7 record, you are going to lead your team to the playoffs. You're going to lead your team to the division crown over the Green Bay Packers. Of course, he's got to be a top 10 quarterback if Watson and Rodgers isn't in there. Slap yourself through that screen, Drew. Come on, man. You know better than that. Don't get me started. He says Wilson's handicap is the coaching. So you think Pete Carroll is not a good coach, Drew? Is that what I'm getting at? I mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess the only knock I can think of Pete Carroll is the call in the Super Bowl when he decided to throw that slant route instead to give it to beast mode on the 2. That's the only knock I can really give Pete Carroll. Otherwise, he's been pretty consistent coach. Wilson is not nearly as good as he used to be. Yeah, of course not. I mean, age is Father Time is undefeated. So Father Time is undefeated 100%. But he definitely isn't like I say he's better now than his rookie year, for sure. His second year, his third year. Now, sorry about that. What year did they win the Super Bowl? That was arguably his best year, right? Yes, stat wise, it wasn't the best. But if you look at his stats, he is one of the most consistent quarterbacks. Has never missed a game in his NFL career since 2012. Played all 16 games. Has thrown for over 3,400 yards in every season but one. His rookie year, threw for 3,118. That year he was sacked 33 times. His lowest sack category. That's crazy. But look, he is consistently 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He is the staple of consistent quarterback. He's consistently on the field, consistently throwing 10 interceptions, 30 plus touchdowns, consistently getting sacked 40 plus times. So definitely consistent. But it is going to take a quick little break, guys. On the other side of the break, we do have Shop Talk coming up. So if you guys want to talk about anything, let me know in the chat line here. The phone lines are open. 812-406-8384 are the phone lines. So Shop Talk coming up. Let me know what you want to talk about. We'll be back right here on the Man Hour. Last half hour of the show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's roll. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it.
What is your name?
What?
What is your name?
Buck.
Where did you get that shirt?
It's funny that you should ask that. Head over to manhourradio.com. You can pick up the shirt up. $15.
bring us to the 2-minute warning.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckhouse here with manhour.com. Head over to manhourradio.com and check out the merchandise page, check out the blog section, and of course, if you're on youtube.com/manhour, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon as we do upload clips 7 days a week, 5 to 6 times a day, Sunday through Thursday, guys. It's 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m., and then Friday and Saturday, we throw in the 8 p.m. hour because that's where we go live. So, guys, every day between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., something is happening on Man Hour. YouTube.com/Man Hour. Something is happening. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. Get all the updates, guys. It is that freaking easy. And while you're over there, if you guys really enjoy it, hit the like button. Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on stuff, like just like Drew is tonight over here in the chat. He is very active in the chat tonight. Thank you, Drew, for that. Definitely appreciate it. And it is time for Shop Talk, guys. Shop Talk is I open up the phone lines for the fans here. It is the last 10-15 minutes of the show. We let you guys talk about anything and everything that you want. So let me know what you want to talk about. And the first thing that somebody wants to talk about here is coming from the old Twitter machine here. They want to know my thoughts on Jalen Rose and his comments about the U.S. Olympic team. So if you guys did not hear Jalen Rose comments about the USA Olympic team, he basically said that Kevin Love was only put on the roster because whoever decides who is on the American Olympic basketball team did not want to have a all-black team. I believe Jalen Rose said, quote, "We have a token white boy on the team," simply just to make it more user, like basically didn't want all-black team. What it comes down to, Jalen Rose, man, like sometimes I don't know if you guys really think before you speak, because I know sometimes I don't. Like when I say a few things, I'm shooting straight from the hip. I don't process my thoughts fully, and I hope that Jalen Rose did not think of his did not process his style like his thoughts. Kevin Love is a pretty damn good basketball player. I mean, he has an NBA championship ring. He played with LeBron James. Did he lead? I mean, he was with the Timberwolves, right? The Timberwolves. I think it was the Timberwolves before he went to before the Cleveland. Like he was the face of that franchise forever. Like he's what kept them afloat and like kept them in like playoff conversations. You know, like Kevin Love is a good. Is he great? No, he's not great. But is he a top 15, top 20 player in the NBA? Absolutely. So for Jalen Rose to come out and say the only reason why he was on there because it was a token pick, like, come on, man. Come on. Don't say, like, let's say, for example, it is a all-white basketball team, and I come on the Man Hour and say the only reason why we put PJ Washington on the team because we wanted a token black player on the team because we didn't want the team to be all white. That would be the most racist thing you have ever heard in your whole entire life, right? It would be twisted. It would be like hell. I'd probably be thrown in jail. I'd probably get canceled just by saying what if, right? But man, when he first said that, I was so taken back. I'm like, wow, bro, you can't be serious. You can't be serious right now. But he said it, and I give him credit. He has not backed down from. I think he even repeated it, to be honest. But like, I mean, I don't watch his show too much, to be honest. Like, I tune into it every now and then, like when I have time, because usually when their show comes on, I am heading home from work, so I don't get to catch all of it. But that is my thoughts on the Jalen Rose comment, and I really don't want to talk about it again, to be honest with you. So, thanks. So, yeah, Jalen Rose was a part of the Fab Five. Yeah, like I know that, but I'm talking about Kevin Love. believe Kevin Love played for the Timberwolves before he went to the Cavaliers. So, one thing I did like what Jalen Rose said is was last week when the NCAA come out and said that players are able to make profit off of their likeness. Like he said, well, since we're able to make profit off of our likeness now, can we reinstate all those records that the Fab Five have? Can we get our championships chips back? Can we get in the Hall of Fame? Can we do this, and this? I was a little. I wasn't born yet when the Fab Five was around, so I don't know what they did, but from the sounds of it, like, you know, I probably should have done my research before I started to talk about this, but from what Jalen Rose made it sound like is like they were profiting off of the Fab Five thing. So like that's why they, like, all of their banners are out of the rafters and they're all out of the record books, from my understanding. So, but yeah, I mean, I did agree with what he said about the Fab Five and getting their records back. I agree with Reggie Bush to get his Heisman back as well. So I am going to propose this question to anybody that is listening here in the chat or on the clip here or on Big X Sports Radio 96.1. Should the players that have been acquitted, or not acquitted, but wiped clean from the record books because they broke said rule, Reggie Bush for example, because I was around when that Reggie Bush thing happened, should he get his Heisman back now? Should the kicker from Baylor be eligible to compete in the NCAA football program again? How about this? How about this? Should the Arizona basketball coach, what is his name? His name's slipping my mind right now. Should he be able to coach basketball again? Should he not be in federal prison? Can like all that stuff be wiped away now? Like, how does that work? How does that work? Drew says, yes, I totally agree, Buck. So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, like, what they did. So, like, Drew, I know you are from that era. And, like, so if you could let me know what they did, me and, like, because I'm actually going to go watch me and Cinder are going to go watch the Fab Five 30 for 30 later. So, we will check it out. So, Luke G is in the house. What is up, Luke G? He says, good point. How far back do they go? Yeah, like, I don't think they go back, Luke, because that would make the NCAA admit that they were wrong. And let's be honest, we know that the NCAA does not like to admit when they're wrong. The NCAA does not like to admit when they're wrong. I was suspended for 4 games for taking some money. Like, I was working a legitimate job, but it was during football season, and I got suspended for 4 games. So, do I get my 4 games of eligibility back? You know, I mean, it's been 15 years, but, you know, so should schools paid millions to be given, they give that money back? Should schools who paid millions would be given the money back? I don't know what you're trying to say there. I don't know. But the NCAA is wrong. Yeah, Luke, you are absolutely right. The NCAA is wrong. So let me propose this question to the people that are in the chat. If the NCAA, you are now to profit off of your likeness, you are now a CEO of Luke G memorabilia or whatever, right? Drew Shoes, or, you know, whoever. Since you are able to make money off of your likeness, besides scheduling, what is the NCAA there for? What is the NCAA there for? The NCAA does not need it no more. Let's be honest. The NCAA is not needed no more. What rules are there to break? Oh, a kid's making $10 off of a t-shirt? Oh, we need to find him. He's losing his Heisman. Oh, somebody offered him to wear a suit to go to a Heisman Trophy presentation because he can't afford a freaking suit. Take away his Heisman. Wipe his name from the record books. Absolutely ridiculous. You are telling me that a football player can't eat a steak meal because somebody wants to take him out for dinner? That's against the rules. The NCAA is no longer needed, boys. The NCAA is no longer needed. How long before we see a different type of college football? Me and Colm sat here and spoke about like, what if we just took the Power 5 conferences and made their own conference? Made their own college football league. Call it the CFL just for sakes. Obviously, the CFL is branded by the Canadian Football League, but nonetheless, the NCAA is no longer needed. Just be flat out honest about it, boys. Be flat out honest. Drew says the NCAA is there to regulate the process. If they make money off the likeness, they should not be able to play for scholarships. Really, Drew? Sorry, Luke. So Luke is telling me, So Luke is telling me that since you are able to make money off of your likeness now, you should not be eligible for an athletics scholarship. Okay, Drew. Let me flip the script on you. Let's take athletics out of it. Let's start talking about the student teacher, the person that is going to school to become a teacher. Since this person can get paid to substitute teacher while learning how to be a teacher, should they not be eligible for a scholarship? Should a person on a academic scholarship, should they not be eligible to work a summer internship that they're getting paid for? Should the band member that is on a band scholarship, should he not be able to get paid for doing the pep band? Should he not be able to do his lessons or get paid to do his lessons? Should he not be able to be eligible for a scholarship? Luke, I agree with you on a lot of things, but this is something I do not agree with you at all. Just because I am making money off of me busting my ass for 14 years to get to this point to where I can be on the big stage, be in front of the lights, and make $5 off of a t-shirt so I can eat some tuna fish sandwiches like without pulling change out of my car. Why should I have to pay full price for school? How much is the school making money off of me anyways? Is the school going there to see Bill Snyder? Or like the fans going there to see Bill Snyder or Ron Prince? Are the fans going there to see Les Miles? Hell no. They are there to see me. They are there to see me to put that person's dick in the dirt over and over and over again. They are there to see me hype up the crowd. They are there to see me to win the freaking game. And I'm not eligible for a scholarship because I'm making $5 off of a freaking t-shirt. You got to be kidding me. That is something I do not agree with at all. Sorry, Luke. Luke also says, I think they are still needed because someone has to be an outside source to control this soon to be crazy that is about to happen. I do agree. But what kind of regulations has the NCAA really done? Wasn't it what was that report that came out through the FBI saying that there were like 15 anonymous teams that were basically paying for players in college basketball? And if we were to bust every college program that was paying their players or doing some type of shady shit, that they would have not had a March Madness tournament that particular year. They kind of just swept it under the rug. What has happened to like about that? But after show has started, boys, so I am going to address some of these more comments over here in the after show. If you are a part of the Man Hour Nation members only crew, go ahead and get over to the after show. The link is in the community tab, so click on the community tab. It is started. It is there. So sorry to get crazy on you, Luke, guys, but guys, I got to end the show. I'm at the 2-hour mark. 2 hours of Michael Buckasha going solo. I'm losing my voice. I'm getting wore out. After show is starting. Guys, have a great freaking night. We'll see you Sunday as the boys are back in town. Combs is on vacation till August 10th. Me, Tori, and Wyatt will be here, along with Hoffy doing some power rings for baseball. Nobody to mute tonight. Man Hour Nation, rise up.